Hello everybody and welcome to another cast. Today we have another good one here for you. It is going to be ELAZER versus BYUN. Let's go ahead and introduce our players and let's see what happens. Here in the top left hand corner of the map, playing as the blue Zerg. Give it up from Ego Esports. It is ELAZER. And down here in the bottom right in the red, playing as the Terran Pieces. Give it up. It is BYUN. Alright. TVZ, always a good one. This is a best of 5 match, so we'll make sure to put that up there for your enjoyment. Now, what will we see from these two players? Already we do have ELAZER coming across the map with his overlords. Just wants to get some good scouting information off. Going into this hatch first. Into pool. Definitely a very common strategy that ELAZER himself likes to play in. I'm excited to see. You know, we've seen Maru and ELAZER play. I'm interested to see how these two kind of fight each other out. Spawning pool going to be coming down now for ELAZER. Does have that gas, so going to be able to go into Ling speed and go into like a Ling Bane style. He does love to go into roaches and a lot of like ground-based armies. So I'm excited to see kind of what he does in this matchup. BYUN going to be going into a barracks into CC, actually building here on the high ground. Very interesting. Maybe trying to get a little bit of a hey, I'm proxying kind of thing. And there's the second barracks. Going to be going into double barracks, single refinery here, so it should be pretty good. Now if you're ELAZER, you come in, you don't see the expansion down just yet, and if you come in to scout, you're not actually going to see anything here, so it's going to look like a proxy indeed. Now ELAZER sending the drone back home, not going to be going for a third base, instead going to be going into a spine crawler. So already here in game number 1, BYUN playing a little bit of a mind game to ELAZER. Interesting to see how this kind of plays out. Factory will come down now, and I believe this is going to be a 16 Marine drop coming out from BYUN. There is the tech lab, so he will be able to actually get stim if he wants to, and he is going to be going into that mass Marines. Now, Ling's going around the map in a panic frantic of just, hey, where is this proxy at? What is happening? What do I need to prepare for? He has no idea what is about to hit. So spine crawler going to be coming down to the main base. Already 2 queens, more queens on the way, and we have Ling speed on the way as well. ELAZER falling very, very hard for this. And here comes the Marines. Marines will be able to take you down and to put down the natural there. So Overlord going to go down, going to supply block ELAZER for just a little bit, as another Overlord is about to finish up. But definitely annoying. If you are the Zerg player, now you know, hey, there's some Marines out, there's something coming, there's something happening. What am I to do? Well, apparently for ELAZER is going to be taking a third base behind this. Realizes there's not a whole lot of pressure right this minute. It's not some kind of proxy. It's going to be more than likely a Marine drop. Is able to kind of, you know, just build up his drone count, get that expansion up, and really start trying to play a little bit of a macro game. He realizes there is a time window here for him to do that. Even sending out Lings all over the place, seeing the timing, saying, hey, do you still have Marines here? Are you actually attacking? And if so, make sure he sees the drops. I mean, look at this. Lings just basically in every spot you can think of to give ELAZER enough time to say, hey, this is coming. Finally, the starport is done, actually switching over and gonna start making double medevacs for this drop. And I'm interested. You know, we do have stim finishing up. Here come a couple Lings, gonna try to poke in, but with the Marines here, shouldn't get too much done, and he's only got 5 Lings to really deal with this mini. Bathing Nest is going to be coming down now for ELAZER as he does begin to prepare for this, realizing, okay, this is coming, this is what I need to prepare for. Combat shields on the way. Actually, some Lings on the side. They could possibly get in. Nope. Not going to be able to. as there is the depot walls up. Now this huge marine attack coming across, and with also a single Hellion. Very interesting indeed. Here we go. Marine's going to go ahead and stem forward. There are 5 queens here and a couple lings. Already the spine crawler going to go down, focusing down each queen as fast as possible. We'll have to back up. GG. And like that, BYUN going to take a quick and early victory there. Just really, I don't want to say outplayed ELAZER, but definitely freaked ELAZER out there. And just threw him off, played the mind games to the max there. So, game number 2, let's get into it. Let's see what happens. Game number 2 is going to be on Oxide. Let's get it. Right. There we go. Alright guys, without further ado, here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing as the blue Zerg pieces, give it up, it is ELAZER. And in the top right, taking a quick map in game 1. Can you do the same here? It is BYUN, the Terran player. Alright, Oxide, definitely a bigger map. I always like to think it's one of the biggest in the map pool. I think the only one that's bigger might be, what, Jagannatha? Still quite a big distance, not going to be able to do the same kind of push from game number 1. Now, he could still go into a marine drop, but definitely ELAZER needs to be on top of it. He needs to kind of think, okay, that is a big possibility, and actually it's a style that I feel like BYUN has really started bringing back. It's really cool whenever you see a lot of these older pros that have been around for a long time, seen a lot of metas, bring these old builds, what we consider not meta anymore, and really making them meta again. You know, it used to be 16 marine drop was very, very common, and then it kind of got shut down for a while, and it's been making itself back, which has been awesome to see. Really makes the games interesting, and really kind of shows that in a game like StarCraft that everything, you know, evolves. Just have a constant rotation. Stuff is good, stuff is not good, and just player mindsets change, which has been so awesome. ELAZER is going to go ahead and go across the map now here with his Overlord. Yeah, going to get a scout off. Going to look into the main and see, you know, is he actually going to get proxied? What is going on? Hatchery finishing up, and they're going to be going into pool now. ELAZER is kind of guilty of this, where he does the same kind of build over and over again. He's a very good player, very skilled in what he does, and he has mastered his craft very, very well. But from watching his games, he always likes to go into this hatchery first, into pool, and then just starts going into like drones and just tries to mass up as much as possible. If you're a player like BYUN, you've studied your opponents, you know kind of what they like to go for, and does BYUN kind of play around that? Interesting to see. This time third base is going to be going down pretty quickly, as ELAZER this time not falling for some kind of crazy trick, some kind of crazy pyramid scheme, but should be pretty good. Going to be some Marines, a single Hellion coming through. Maybe we do have that star board about finished. Queens are on the way. First queen is already out in the main, and behind us just going to be drones. Speedlings almost done as well. Here come the Marines once again. Now, big question is are we going to see the Hellions go towards the natural while we have a little bit of another marine drop coming through? Definitely could be possible. Looks like he's just going to be going into about 4 Marines and the Hellion. Should be going into a Banshee, it looks like. Yep, there's the Banshee. Behind this, we are going to have a fusion core, so definitely the possibility here of either some battle cruisers, which is, I think, more than likely what BYUN is going to go for. He is very capable of using those. Maybe he goes hyperflight. It just goes like speed Banshees. This goes crazy. We'll see. Now the Lings do get in here. Puts a little bit of pressure, but actually doesn't kill anything off. So still SCB going to finish up the depot, and no harm lost. canceled it. Okay. Canceled the Banshee. He is going to be going into the battle cruiser instead. I like this so much more, actually. Allows it to hit a little bit quicker. At the same time, right, he's kind of thrown his opponent off. He says, okay, BYUN comes in, he sees this. Or, excuse me, ELAZER comes in, he sees, you know, that there is something here. He doesn't actually see the starport, which is very interesting indeed. But this has just been a game that ELAZER hasn't been getting that much scouting information. BYUN has done such a good job with that. Behind this, he's going to take a third base. Is going to just continue to kind of macro around as best as he can. Here come the Hellions, and finally the battlecruiser will pop out in just a second, and we will have ourselves some Hellion battlecruiser play. Battlecruiser will go ahead and go into the main. Already drones being pulled. Battlecruiser trying to find its way around. Here come the Hellions at the same time into the third base. And battlecruiser really not getting that much done. We will be able to start poking at some of the overlords, potentially get this hatchery, but with the queens coming in and everything, I don't see him getting too much done. Now, he has drawn the attention of quite a bit of queens, but at the same time, these Hellions looking to poke in, looking to get damage done. But ELAZER doing such a fantastic job of actually holding this back. He's already got enough queens. He's got enough spore crawlers. He's in a pretty good spot for the moment. This battlecruiser has 1 kill, and I think it was just like an overlord. I mean, BYUN just not getting anything done this game so far. Behind this, we do have a 4th base for ELAZER. Okay, so BYUN just trying to get some kind of damage done, killing off a couple of creep tumors, holding it back at the same time. We'll be able to get at least a queen. Wow, these overlords so low. But yeah, just being annoying as all get out. And even with the Hellions, just keeping ELAZER at home while he builds up. He does have stim about finish. +1 on the way. And we do have additional barracks coming through for the Terran. And the scan going to come down. Does kill off 7 drones with those Hellions. And they get out. Hasn't lost a single unit this map. Yeah, I mean, really just playing very well. Even though it doesn't feel like he's getting a whole lot of damage done, he's also not taking a lot of damage, so that is keeping him in good plays. This battlecruiser will be making its way out now. And I like this so much. Again, BYUN just trying to come in here, get whatever kills he can, and then pop out. Beautiful surround, though, coming out here from ELAZER as the Bailey's going to try to roll in. Doesn't even need but maybe 1, and eventually all of the Hellions do get taken care of. The battlecruiser starting to get a little bit low, but he does have that teleport, so he should be more than okay. Here comes the Stim Marines and a tank across the map for a follow-up. The battlecruiser finally starting to get a little bit of work done here in the main, killing off a few drones. The tank sieging up towards this 4th base. 5th base behind this is being taken. At the same time, the battlecruiser moving around will actually float back home in his teleporting styles. And we will see that 4th base going down. Going to start pushing onto the creep. BYUN needs to be careful. The Ling's going to get a beautiful wraparound. Only 1 of those Bailings, though, will be taken out at the same time. The battlecruiser that was very low will be almost killed. Only has 11 health. He does actually scout that 4th base. Finally does get cleaned up over here where that 4th base location was, and it's going to be forced packing home. But at the end of the day, we see 69 workers to 63 here in favor of BYUN. He still has quite a bit of Marines. He's got tanks, and he's got that battle cruiser still alive, which is very crucial. Already sending a bunch of SCVs over to potentially start healing that up, and that is just going to continue to wreak havoc in this matchup. Now, it is going to be Ling Bang for the moment here for ELAZER as he starts clearing off some of the rocks. He's already got Lings spread out all over the place, but here comes the attack in the big front. Going to try to take down a couple of the queens. We'll be able to cool off some of the creep to push it back, but he has to be careful in this situation, right? Because there's so many Bailings. He's morphing in more Bailings. Already at 7. He's got 6 more on the way here for ELAZER. Gonna go into a counterattack at this point. But BYUN has so much at home, going into mines behind this as well. Here comes that battle cruiser once again. We'll pick off another queen, but this time not as lucky. We'll actually move out. And yeah, I mean, ELAZER gonna move back now with his links. He can't just throw these away, unfortunately. He has to be careful. And BYUN going to start making his way back across the map. Bailings will crash in, most of it going towards the tank. So it doesn't get the best connections, but at least he does not have that tank support, and it makes it a little bit easier here for ELAZER. There we go. At the same time, another attack coming down here at the bottom. The Lings actually just on a move command back home. Not even going to try to take care of the Marines. A pickup will happen. Because it's just Queens as the anti-air, and they're not that fast. We'll see that kind of go into the main. Fourth base once again will be going down. As 14 more Bailings are made, they're not going to be done in time, and the attack is not going to happen, but there's not enough medevac for the Marines that showed up to the party. But now, BYUN just trying to get out, maybe even trying to find just a little bit of damage, and even at the same time, going to be able to kill off potentially a couple more Overlords here, and just force ELAZER into this really uncomfortable position that he doesn't want to be in. This time now, BYUN very close to being maxed out. He's only got +1 with +2 just now starting. Does have +1 for the mech weapons. He's got Widow Mine speed coming down, the burrow upgrade, and he still has the option to make battle cruisers if he needs to. But it does look like it's going to be going into an infestation pit as well as Hydras. ELAZER has some really good Ling Hydra control. Oh, a huge connection there for ELAZER, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. More Bailings still are afoot. So we see BYUN pushing into this fourth base once again, not allowing him to move at all. Another attack going to come here at the fifth base. And it is now going to be Mine City for BYUN. Ling's already in position to stop this drop, instantly picking up, not going to be allowed to heal. And at the same time, trying to micro back at this fourth base does take a little bit of damage, but overall, going to be okay. But oh no, the Bailings! Oh! He's got to be so careful. Okay, they're going to roll in here some beautiful splits. We'll be able to take care of those, but there's still 2 Bailings. If he backs up into this, this is going to be a very tough time for BYUN. He's going to finally drop onto that, and ooh, lots of Marines, lots of mines coming in. Just not going over very well. Actually going to the side. And unfortunately, those Bailings not going to be able to be hit. Smoke hits not too bad. Does get on top of a bunch of the Overseers. And there's still quite a bit of lane Bane pressure coming through. Huge hits, though. To pick up a few units after this. Widow Mines are prevalent though, so he still has the opportunity to deal damage with those. Ling's not able to complete the attacks as well as they would have hoped. And now behind this, more and more Marines just starting to stream across, trying to push back the creep once again. Big Bane hit. Going to take out the fourth base of BYUN, leaving a bunch of those SCVs kind of renderless. And yeah, I mean, just battles happening all over the place. Mines kind of spaced out all over the map, making sure that, you know, he sees where everything's going. And +3 on the way now. A couple of command centers will fall as well. Actually gets the kills there. It even gets the top base. That's really nice. Ooh, Ling going to be hiding down there, and he's gonna have to force a scan just to be able to get that. And BYUN's still doing really good job as far as he's at 130 supply to 76 as far as army goes. And as a Zerg player, when you're going into this Ling Bane army, you definitely want to have a little bit more food. Now, lurkers are on the field, and that makes it a little bit harder here for BYUN. But some nice focusing down onto the lurkers. Don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to have to back up the The mines are trying to get some decent hits. Doesn't get the best, but he is at least able to clear up the creep, clear up some of the Bailings, and now starting to push up on the rest of these units. There's only a couple of lurkers, and if he doesn't have any scans, that could be really bad, but it looks like scans are available. He will be able to clean those up. And now BYUN starting to push forward. ELAZER starting to fall behind. He just does not have the economy here. He doesn't have the units to deal with this. And BYUN with +3 about to finish up. I don't even think he needs it. Just going to continue to push into this. Lurkers will go ahead and burrow, but I mean, BYUN can just literally just sit there and build it up. A couple of medevacs will fall. Marines and reinforcements trying to go across, but will be eventually kind of taken out here. And even though he still has that position in the back, I don't think he's going to need it. 11 drones have fallen. No more lurkers going to be able to be made as they get taken care of. And yeah, just focusing down each unit, being attacked from all positions. I just don't think he has enough here. GG. And BYUN going to take game number 2 in a pretty straightforward spot there. Not too bad. ELAZER definitely trying to play his game here, but struggling really hard against the Terran. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 3, and let's see if maybe ELAZER can pull this off. Alright, enough of the two guys here. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it's the blue Zerg player. It is ELAZER. And in the top red, in the top right, in the red, is the Terran, BYUN. BYUN is playing BYUN good. BYUN fantastic. Enough of the dad puns. Let's get into this third game now. It doesn't feel like BYUN has really struggled that much in this series. ELAZER is definitely a strong player. But it almost seems like kind of BYUN is playing around what ELAZER likes to do. We'll see here, you know, game number 3. Warmed up and go. Let's see if ELAZER can make a comeback. So Hatcher going to be coming down, going to be followed up by that standard pool. And we should be seeing a quick third. Again, ELAZER very, very skilled, but it does seem like he does like to do the same kind of style again and again. I guess if it works, you keep doing it. BYUN is definitely one of those players that can take the early damage. But I am interested to see if ELAZER goes into... if he goes into like maybe a roach pressure, right? We've seen him do it before where he'll go into kind of a quicker roach ravager lane kind of push. I don't know. You're down 2-0. Do you risk it for the biscuit and hope that you can get a map and then say, okay, that kind of gives me a little bit of a oomph to keep going? We'll see. Factory does come down now for BYUN behind this. He also has that expansion coming up. There goes the drone for the third. So far, no lane speed. Very interesting. Looks like he's going to be going for a little bit quicker. Yeah, going for the quicker hatch. And then we'll start up the link speed. So, not putting up as much into the gas just so that he has enough to get that extra one. He's not even going for it yet. Okay, there he goes. So it is going to come around standard time. Behind it, we do have starport up now for BYUN. It does have a couple of Marines coming out. And behind this, a factory with a tech lab. So could be seeing some Banshees very, very soon. ELAZER going to be going into the Zergling count. Clearing up the rocks. Everything looking okay so far for ELAZER. He is supply blocked though. Does have 2 overlords on the way, but maybe getting a little bit upset, maybe a little bit frustrated and making some mistakes, but should have had those out already. Going up to 41 supply pretty quickly. We should be seeing another Overlord coming in soon. Behind this, though, on the BYUN side of the map, he's going to be going into Banshee and a Cloak. Looks like Factory into Reactor. There we go. Hatch is now done, and finally we'll start seeing more and more of that larva coming through, and ELAZER looking to kind of burst through with some drones before he goes into an attack. This makes 6 lings to kind of deal with this. Sees the Marine count, and you gotta be thinking, okay, not another Marine drop. This is going to be very, very poor for me. And it is going to be actually the Banshee. The Banshee going to be making its way across the map. We'll see what he has in store. 2 SCVs do fall to the lings, but for the amount that he put over there, not going to be enough. And here it comes, the Banshee. Into the third base, looking to put some pressure on. There is only a queen, and it actually moved out of the way. There we go. Going to go into the natural as well. Already 4 or 5 drones going down. More to be had. There is a Spore Crawler being made, but no Overseers as of yet. Failing Nest on the way behind us. And by the time the Spore Crawler finishes, not going to be enough. And man, look at this coming out from ELAZER. He is up to how many queens? 6, 7 queens. Just has a queen army. Second Banshee now hitting in. Going to start trying to put some pressure onto the creep tumors, push it back. Forcing out some Bailings and Lings from the Zerg player, but will it be enough? 7 queens are coming in here, but again, he doesn't have detection. He's just now starting a Spore Crawler into third base. Spore Crawler coming from the natural into the main, out to kind of the main area in the front. Will eventually get planted, but the Banshee here for BYUN not going to be as good, unfortunately. Or excuse me, the Spore Crawler is gonna going in a position and going into the main. I mean, ELAZER just kind of getting outplayed at the moment. We do see this big push coming out here from BYUN, pushing back the creep once more. Now there are 7 queens, so that's gonna push creep pretty quickly if he uses all of them. And with the Ling and Bane being there, he can't just send this all willy-nilly like he wants to. But this is keeping ELAZER back at home, not allowing him to expand like he wants to. He is at 60 workers, which is a really good worker count, but he hasn't been able to make that many units to deal with this. He is going up the layer, which is going to be nice. He can get into Hydras if he needs to, maybe go up into Tech if he needs to. Going to throw down a macro hatch. And behind this again, the Hellions, or excuse me, the Hellbats, the Marines, and now the Medevacs going to be pushing in once again. A 4th base has been taken. We'll actually see the Banshee getting pushed back, trying to get on top of that 4th base, and here we go again. Marines looking to push some pressure. I'm actually going to use those Hellbats as a meat shield. More Hellbats on the, or excuse me, Bailings on the way. But not going to finish up in time. The micro coming out from BYUN is going to be pretty good. Still some Hellbats remain. The Marines are starting to get low, but able to kind of micro this back. And finally the Medevacs getting out of the way. Queen's still alive. Another drop on the way across the map. Banshee still putting pressure, but there is that Spore Crawler getting in position. Now this does allow for ELAZER to build back up, right? He's got Bailing speed almost done. He's going into 18 more lings. He's got Burrow. He's got +2 carapace on the way, +1 for those lings. But he needs something with a little bit more oomph at this point. The Hellbats just going to sacrifice themselves on top of those Bailings. And the Marines going to hold strong. Now, they are very low, and I think this actually does get cleaned up here. But at the same time, a huge drop going into the main. A couple of Widow Mines to help secure this. Both of the Queens will fall, having to pull the drones. 9 SCVs, though, have gone down, as there's been a huge attack up here at the third base of BYUN. and just beautiful. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, ELAZER is really good with these little counterattacks, but trying to defend in 2 different locations at the same time as trying to do a little bit of an attack, just not working out for him. And still, these Widow Mines are alive in the main. There's no detection, there's no overseers, and with the armory in play, he does not see these. So now, the third base going to get attacked here with a few Marines, while this fourth base going to be going into attack mode as well. Finally, the Marines will get pushed up, go into the main at the same time. This fourth base is going to be attacked. There are rolling Bailings, but just going to sit there and micro them down. Does lose a couple of SCVs, or excuse me, a couple of Marines. Not going to be too bad, but here come the Lings onto that third again. Going to kill off quite a bit more units and the Marines here for BYUN. Still trying to attack this third base, killing off 13, 14 drones. More and more SCVs, though, do go down. Let's finally get cleaned up, though. At the same time, another huge attack still going on here at the fourth base. BYUN just all over the place, as well as ELAZER trying to get the damage done. Now, this is a really key thing. Both players are stuck at 52 workers, just now going up. But BYUN getting some juicy, juicy Widow Mine hits. Oh, kills all but 2. Just really unfortunate that the Marines will be able to pick that up pretty easily. A few Marines still at home, and it looks like another attack going to be coming down here. But as this keeps going on, ELAZER going to find himself in more and more trouble. Push back once again. There is no anti-air except for these 5 Queens here. Yeah. Oh, 7 Queens he has. +2 is almost done. More Lings and the Bailings on the way. But he's just stuck on this Ling Bang composition, and it is not that good, especially against the Widow Mines, against the Marines. Just having a tough time with this. There are a couple of Bailings here. Does not know about this right here. Or he doesn't have vision of it, I should say. That could be a big, not necessarily a turning point, but at least we'll be able to get a little bit of damage done. Let's get a little bit of damage. Finally, the medevac does go down, and a huge mine hit onto the Lings. Does eventually get taken out once again. Another attack up here as well. And yeah, BYUN just really kind of forcing ELAZER in these really uncomfortable positions, and forcing him to have to split up his units pretty hard instead of just rolling in with this massive amount of Bailings that he's been trying to do. 22 more Lings on the way. And a +2, about halfway done now. These Marines just kind of back and forth constantly, as well as another attack coming over here to the fourth once again, clearing up the creep as he goes along, and BYUN starting to push in once again. The Lings coming over from across the map, but again, there's no overseers here. Does take a little bit of damage from his own Widow Mines. Gets out with a good chunk of his army. Another attack going over to the third base, going to go into the main at the same time. Just trying to get something done, but already more and more drones going down. Trying to get all this taken care of and basically collapse it on itself. And dropping once again, and ELAZER just all over the place. BYUN not letting ELAZER breathe, just trying to choke the life out of him at this point. Another scan does go down, separating the mines as best as possible. And ELAZER has to do something here. He's taking so much damage to these mines, to the Marines here. Does get a very nice scan. Actually gets a little bit of fire there. This is a good trade out so far here for ELAZER. Does force it back. At the same time, another attack though here across the map. He does still have a small force. Finally gets that Bailing hit he's been looking for. And will eliminate a lot of the army here for BYUN. But can ELAZER do it? I mean, the thing is BYUN just has so much damage. He's taking a 5th base behind this. He's already got so much production coming through. He's on +2 with +3 almost done. And, you know, ELAZER hasn't been able to go up to Hive Tech. He's been having to put all of his resources into this Ling Bane. And yeah, I mean, he's just kind of scattered across, loses the base. And, I mean, there's a little bit of a small force at the bottom, but BYUN behind this just able to recuperate everything. Finally, drilling claws will be finished up, which will allow those mines to drill a little bit faster. Get set up. And again, BYUN starting to attack into this, going to move back, will eventually pick up. And, you know, finally an infestation pit will be coming down. Hive Tech will be up. If you could get some, I don't know, resonating glaives or not resonating glaives, adrenaline. Get some quicker lings, and maybe get into something else besides just Ling Bane. Maybe throw some infestors in there, get some fungals. He has to do something, because right now BYUN is just walking all over him, and that's just a sad fact because he has no anti-air. He has no way to drop to stop these drops. A huge Veiling hit is taken out from the mines. And yeah, this fourth base going to go down once again. Another attack up here as this fifth base tries to get up. And unfortunately, the Queen will go down, or almost goes down. Does get one empty medevac. The second one is about dead. Does actually get taken out as well. And yeah, I mean, he just continually attacks a little bit. Picks up, pulls back, attacks again, lets those mines reset. And is just really kind of giving ELAZER a run for his money. Lurker Din is now down. Lair going up to Hive Tech. Nice little surround, but again, this can get picked up once again pretty easily. But looks like he will go ahead and just lose it all. GG will be called, and BYUN like that, going to take it 3-0.